Most people believe a successful business needs to be based on genius ideas. What if we told you that wasn't true? No, I am not just talking in the air. There literally are businesses that have made millions of dollars in revenue off the weirdest of ideas. I know, it's pretty hard to believe most of these businesses actually exist. But in this video, I am going to show you the super weird but super successful businesses. So be sure to stick around till the end. Doggles. Getting right into our list, we have a commercial brand called Doggles, which is pretty much what it sounds like. Goggles for dogs. Oh, you heard that right. And the wildest thing about this business idea is that it started nearly 3 decades ago. Back in 1997, Ronnie and Ken DeLulo, a couple from San Jose, noticed that their dog Midnight seemed to be sensitive to sunlight. So Ronnie retrofitted sports goggles for the dog, and just like magic, the dog's eyesight was as efficient as ever. Other dog owners at dog parks were not only fascinated by seeing a dog looking so cool, but also found out their dogs had similar light sensitivity. Soon, Ronnie opened a website, Branded Up, and began selling these funky shades to protect the eyes of dogs from the sun and dust, while making them look super cool. At first, the couple purchased a pair of sports goggles and revamped them to fit dogs, but she soon found out this wasn't a sustainable method, given how many orders were coming in. They tried teaming up with eyewear manufacturers around the US, but let's just say they all didn't see the vision. None of these companies were willing to even develop prototypes because of how different the specifications would be since they were for 4-legged mammals. After a long while of searching, the DeLulos found a company in Taiwan willing to mass-produce the Doggles, and just 5 years after starting the business, the couple made their first order for 30,000 pairs. Fast forward to 2012, the company had made a revenue of $3 million, and the business was operating on a level higher than even the DeLulos wanted. The goggles are now produced to fit virtually every breed of dog, and they are fitted with shatterproof anti-fog lenses that block out every bit of ultraviolet rays. The company has branched out to the production of pet toys, clothing, and other animal gear, but the original Doggles sell for about $20 per pair at Petco, Amazon, and Target, and almost 4,000 pet boutiques around the United States. Even military and police canine units now make use of these goggles. How insane is that? If you think that's weird, wait till you find out just how successful Potato Parcel has been. Potato Parcel. It's the 21st century, but many people, apart from Gen Zs maybe, still appreciate hard copy letters or messages. But instead of just having your messages on a sheet of paper, 24-year-old mobile app developer Alex Craig decided to have messages on a potato. Talking about his idea, Alex said, "I wanted to create a brand new way of sending a message outside of apps and technology by allowing anyone to send an anonymous message on a potato." Pretty ironic that a mobile app developer would come up with an idea that prefers potatoes to actually messaging apps, don't you think? Anyway, the University of North Texas alumnus began the business in 2015, purchasing potatoes from Walmart and writing personalized notes on them. You're probably wondering why anyone would want such a message. That's something only customers of the business can tell you. What we do know is this idea yielded profits between $10,000 and $13,000 in its first few years, and sold over 3,000 potatoes in just 4 months. Alex Craig would later sell the business to Bay Area entrepreneur Riyad Bikit for $40,000, and the company has now branched out to produce other quirky potato-based products like potato postcards and potato pals. Today, Potato Parcel is a very famous gift idea, thanks to its uniqueness and a seemingly inexhaustible supply of potatoes. And if you're particular about the exact finances of this product, the company generated over $7 million in sales as of 2023. Up next on our list is a business that is not only weird, but actually started off as a joke. Vitality Air. You've probably sat around with your friends and jokingly come up with business ideas. We all do it. Well, in 2014, 2 Canadian dudes, Moses Lamb and Troy Paquette, had one of those conversations and ended up turning it into a $1 million business. The 2 friends joked around on eBay, putting a Ziploc bag of air up for sale on the site. Some decades ago, the idea of selling packaged water would have made no sense, seeing as water is available everywhere. So the 2 guys approached the air with the same idea, so guess what? They had a buyer for their Ziploc, but it was just for 99 cents. Add the shipping money, and they ended up making the sale at a loss. So they tried again, and this time they got an American bidder who paid $168 for a bag of air. Seeing the potential in the contained air market, Lamb and Paquette incorporated and made their first sale of a bottle of air in June 2015. They set out on a campaign to make people understand the concept of transporting air from different parts of the world. It's still hard for you to understand. Let's break it down. We all know of air filter companies and companies that produce breathing masks, right? Well, rather than filter air, Vitality Air takes clean and pristine air directly from the mountains of Alberta and traps it in smaller cans using equipment like large tubes, air compressors, and other stuff. This air gets tested for quality before being packaged and sold to different parts of the world. One bottle of air contains about 161 second breaths and is sold with a mask for just over $24. As of 2019, Vitality Air had made $300,000 in annual revenue for 2 years in a row. The business is still thriving today, and the two air bottling Canadian guys now have partnerships with companies in South Korea and China. How much weirder can business ideas get? We're not done yet, so we'll see. Approaching the end of our video, we have one that sounds more like a prank than an actual business. Santa mail. Okay, we're all adults here, so we know Santa Claus doesn't really exist, right? Then how in seven heavens has a business based solely on the existence of the white-bearded man? $1 million enterprise. That's right. Santa Mail is a business service where children get to write letters to Santa and get personalized replies back. Kids in the 90s used to write letters to him and never get a response back because, 1, he doesn't exist, and 2, if he actually did, it'd be a bit tasking to reply to every kid's letter. So Byron Reese came up with the idea to help Santa in 2001, sending replies to every letter, for a fee of course, which we have to assume is paid by parents. These replies are specifically sent back to the kids over Christmas, and sometimes their birthdays. Byron also uses stamps from the North Pole, Alaska, to make it all seem more realistic for the kids. Okay, we agree. This is one of the cutest business ideas possible, but what's really shocking is just how successful this business has been. In over 2 decades since its establishment, Santa Mail has sent out more than 500,000 letters, earning at least $5 million. Who knew Santa could be so wealthy? One more before we go. We have a business we're pretty sure has been in existence before you were born. Pet rock. There's not much to be said about this other than the fact that it sounds as ridiculous as the product actually looks. Pets naturally can be tasked to take care of cleaning up after them, feeding costs, grooming. It's a lot. So in 1975, Gary Dahl decided to give pet lovers an alternative that doesn't require as much work. A rock, designed like a pet. Yup, that's it. Dahl would gather rocks from a beach in Mexico, paint the rocks to look like a pet, and package them in a box with breathing holes, an instruction manual, and a straw. The care manuals were mostly just comedic tips of how the owners were to take care of and train their pets. It all just sounds like a big joke, and maybe that's what it is. But people loved it, and Dahl began selling them for $3.95 in the 1970s, which is equivalent to about $32 in today's world. Since he was picking up the rocks for free, Dahl made a profit of $3 per unit sold. While the business isn't as big as it used to be now, it has a revenue of over $6 million, which is as good as it gets for selling free rocks if you ask us. If there's one thing to learn from all these businesses, it's that nothing is too crazy to be a business. So which of these business ideas do you think is the weirdest? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you in the next video.